Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the regular meeting of the Nicholas County Board of Education, Monday, May 5th, 2025. Please stand for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you. Please join the board with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the agenda.
No changes to the agenda.
Okay. Approve the minutes of the meetings held on April 21st and April 28th.
Motion to approve those minutes.
Thank you, sir. Motion approved by Mr. Moose, seconded by? Second by Mr. Berry. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion unanimous. Student recognitions. 2025 Golden Horseshoe winners.
The Nicholas County Board of Education is honored to announce the 2025 Golden Horseshoe winners. Since 1931, students have been honored as Knights of the Golden Horseshoe, having demonstrated exceptional knowledge of West Virginia history on the state-administered exam. This year, 223 winners will join the ranks of West Virginia citizens who have won this prestigious award. Our county winners will have the opportunity to be recognized at the State Golden Horseshoe Ceremony on June 10th in Charleston. We have 4 winners. Tavion Wilson, Preston Lively, Oliver Garcia, Chloe Cook.
Can you get a picture, please? Just the little man here.
Look over this way, guys. Okay, here we go.
Good job, right there.
Next, we have young writers.
Okay, we would also like to recognize our Young Writers winners. Since 1984, the West Virginia Young Writers Contest has celebrated student writing in the state. The contest grows out of a deep commitment to writing in all subjects and to publishing, displaying, and celebrating of student writing. And I'm also really proud to say that this year we had a state winner, which is awesome. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with third place. We have Jaden Tingler. Paisley Russell. Emma Young. Brooklyn Tully. and Lucas Hensley. proud of you. Yeah.
Mr. Bean, do you want a group picture with all
Yeah,
the
no,
winners?
let's get by
Okay.
each group. It'll be fine.
Ready for me to do second? Okay, and these are our second place winners. Silas Chapman. Evelyn Pryor. Jayana Smith. Abby Phillips. Kaylin Williams. Aiden Bragg. Congratulations, guys. Okay, and finally, we have our first place winners. McKenna Tomac. Atla Moore. Claire Taylor. Kinley Gross. Reagan Fury, who is also our state winner. And Autumn Knight. Congratulations, everybody.
Anybody want to step out front?
Oh, you're fine.
You're the important one, right here.
Put the smaller ones up front, Mr. Bean. Put the little ones up front. Okay, let me do it this way, maybe I can get everybody. Okay, here we go. Good job.
Next, we have Skills USA.
Good evening. Thank you to the superintendent and board members for giving us this brief opportunity here to celebrate our Skills USA medalists from the state competition that was held in Fairmont last month. I know you all are very well aware of Skills, but for your viewers who may not be, Skills USA is a career and technical student organization serving over 442,000 students and teachers in middle schools, high schools, and colleges, and is the only organization that encompasses all students and all programs at our Career Center. Skills USA mission is to empower students to become skilled professionals, career-ready leaders, and responsible community members. We aim to produce the most highly skilled workforce in the world by providing every member with the opportunity for career success. Over the past 4 years, our chapter has been recognized as a West Virginia Gold Chapter distinction, recognizing our commitment to fostering personal, workplace, and technical skills grounded in academics. This year is no different, and now we have the honor of announcing that our chapter has been chosen as one of only 24 schools nationwide to be named a 2025 Skills USA Model of Excellence. Our program, the program promotes the learning of skilled workers as outlined in the framework for student development. Our chapter is in the top 8 in the nation due to our efforts to ensure our students are proficient in workplace skills. So we're in the top 8 for workplace. So we will find out at the national conference next month in Atlanta to see if we take out the top spot, so hopefully we will. So we'll start with our bronze medalist. We have one West Virginia State bronze medalist in nursing assisting skills, and that's Brooke Bailey. Next, we have our West Virginia State silver medalist in screen printing, Ray Morera. In medical terminology, Kaylin Williams. For skilled carpentry showcase, Timothy Mao. In Teamworks, we have Gavin Keenan, Hayden Cook, who is also our chapter parliamentarian, Colby Kelly, and Darren Henline. And also for our silver medalists, we have entry-level welding 1, Autumn Kessler. Now for our gold medalists, who will be going on to the national competition in Atlanta, representing our school for outstanding chapter. This team consists of 3 of this year's school officers: Savannah Bailey, who is our treasurer, Troy Wynn, he is our secretary and vice president, and Caitlin Kessler, who is our president, but she was also elected as a 25-26 West Virginia State Skills USA officer. Next, we have related technical math. That's Braden McPherson. Chapter display. That's three individuals: Avalon Malou, Josiah Stewart, and Alyssa Bailey. Power equipment technology, Alexander Rogers. Carpentry, River Garland. Welding, Grayson Williams. And our welding fabrication team of Brennan Legg, Zane Spencer, and Mason Bates. Okay.
You went up there for the picture?
No.
You don't have pictures. Okay, we're gonna have to do a little bit. We're gonna have to love our neighbors. And I can't see poor Mr. Moose back there or Mr. Berry.
We can't get any.
Can we put a couple? Can I make you 3 come up and maybe just stoop? Can you do that? Up in front. Just squat. Yeah, just squat down. There you go.
That young man.
Okay, can I see all my board members? Mr. Moose? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good job, guys.
Just a couple of quick announcements today. We keep getting calls about the last day of school. The last day for students is June the 5th, and the last day for employees is June the 6th, unless they have not worked their parent-teacher conferences off, and then they have to come back on the 9th, which includes service personnel. So that's the big things. The kids, the last day for them is June 5th. Now, seniors, of course, is before that, and preschool, I think, is before that, but the students in general is June 5th. The only other thing I want to talk about real briefly is we had posted a position. I'll give you a little bit of history on this for the Ridgewood Academic Complex. That school was going to contain, that building's going to contain 3 schools. One's an elementary, one's middle, one's high. And my experience is you need one person to oversee a building. You don't need three people, three different principals in one school. But the mediated agreement that was done back in, I guess, in 16, 17, somewhere in there, required that they keep all three identities and three different administrations and all that. So we have to follow that. But the concern we had was that anytime you have three different leaders running a school, all of them have their different personalities, all have different goals and objectives and what they consider as good climate, good culture for school. And you're going to have three different groups of students in one facility. So we needed somebody to oversee that, to kind of create a transition with unity of the three schools into one building. And one set of rules that everybody would follow. These kids are going to start off at 4 years old, some of them 3 years old, will stay in that same facility until they're 18, until they graduate. And so to have three different sets of rules and guidelines to go by is very confusing to kids. So we need one common theme for that school to operate under. And that was the purpose behind creating that position. Well, I still think that the position is necessary. I think you still need someone to be in charge of the facility because you're going to have different issues. We've already seen issues where you have a gym, an auditorium, and who gets to use it when? Who gets to use it next? We got a Christmas practice. We got to use the auditorium for our practice. Well, we need to do it for this, that, and the other. You need somebody. That's just one small example. It could be anything that goes on during a school year. And those of you, all of you are involved in education, there's a lot goes on. I got a handout today, it's this one right here. Just upcoming events just for this month. When you have a lot of things going on in a school, somebody's got to make that decision. Plus the other issue is this. You can very easily have a student discipline issue that involved an elementary and middle school kid, or a middle school and a high school kid. Hopefully not elementary and high school, but you don't know. Who handles that situation? Does the middle school person handle it? Does the elementary? Does the high school? Depending on who the kids are? Who makes the decision? How do you discipline those students? You got to be consistent the way you handle a discipline issue. One principal may want to handle it more strenuously or strictly, and the other may be more lenient. Then you got parents upset because, well, my kid they did the same thing, and my kid got this punishment, this kid got this punishment. That's not fair. You need somebody to mediate that. And that's what the purpose of the position was, and still is. But, we had to make a lot of very difficult personnel decisions, in the last 6 weeks, whatever it's been, to reduce staff. Because we do have a budget we have to be cognizant of, and we determined that the price of this position, even though it's necessary, we just couldn't afford to do that. We didn't think it was fiscally responsible for us to do that, and even though we felt like the position is needed, but we've got a plan B. You always have to have a plan B. Our plan B is this, and this has already been discussed with our principals at Cherry River and Richwood Middle, Richwood High. Amy McAllister is our Director of Secondary Services. So she's already in charge of overseeing, to a large extent, our middle schools and high schools. Amy has a lot of experience as a principal. She was principal in Greenbrier County for a long time. She was at Greenbrier West for 11, 12 years. And so she knows what it's like to get people to work together in one facility. So she's going to be in charge of that building. She will not get any additional salary. She'll just get additional responsibilities. And that's kind of the way it works these days. So we are still going to have someone in charge of that building. Like I say, the principals are aware of it. She's going to sit down with them. Another perfect example, scheduling. Scheduling buses, scheduling classes, scheduling plannings. We're going to have shared services in this building. We're going to have teachers that are teaching both middle school and high school. We could possibly have people teach elementary and middle both if they have a K-6 certification or 6-12 certification. A 6th grade teacher may be teaching an elementary class if we need it. Right now, that's not probably going to be necessary, but it very easily could be necessary in the future if our numbers continue to drop. We have to share our services and can't hire additional staff. So she's going to sit down with them and work out a schedule, the bus schedules and the planning schedules, and just the general bell schedules. I mean, you can't have bells going off all day long. It disrupts instruction. So the position is necessary, but we think we can do it in a way that will not cost the county any more money. And that's the purpose behind it. So that's the long and short of it, mostly long of it. But I wanted to explain to the board exactly why we had to do what we did financially, but still the need for the position is there. Now, Amy will not be at that school every day, 360 days a year. She won't be there that often. But she will at the beginning of school, and this summer she'll be working with those teachers and principals to get the ball rolling. And the first, I'm hoping at least the first 6 weeks she'll be there a lot to make sure that everything's on track, because there's going to be some transition, because the elementary kids won't be going in when the middle and high school kids do. They won't be going in until later in the fall. So there'll be 2 actual transitions, one for middle school and high school, and when the elementary joins them. So I just wanted to kind of give the community an update on what that position was for, the reason behind it, the need for it, but the way we're going to actually fill the job. And we did have some really good applicants. We had several in-county applicants who was interested in that position. And they would, I'm sure we could have found somebody that would have been capable of doing that job just fine. But we felt like Amy could do that job and again, save the county some money, not putting more money into our administrators. And that's all I have.
Delegation,
No, sir.
thank you. Action items. Action item A, discussion with possible action on approving the MOU with the Southern Educational Services Cooperative, which is the SESC, for bus operator training examination services. Basically, that's the same thing we've done for last couple of years.
I don't know if the prices have gone up as the charges change.
I didn't check it.
They don't usually, but you're right, we do. We do
We've
this
been doing it for,
every
I
year.
think, 3 years.
Any questions or discussion on that? If not, action item B, discussion with possible action on approving the MOU with Bluefield State University for clinical students, student teachers, resident teachers, 2025-26.
I'm not sure how many colleges we have MOUs with for student teaching.
We usually have these 2 plus Glenville,
Okay.
is where most of them come from.
Glenville and Concord.
Okay, if there's no discussion on that, action item C, discussion with possible action on approving the MOU with Concord University EPP for clinical students, student teachers, residents, resident teachers, 2025-26.
I like to see they put a provision in there that they're trying to get student teachers nearer their home. Used to be they wouldn't allow that. They discouraged that, but
They did.
I think that's a good point.
Action item D, discussion with possible action on approving the temporary easement with Hope Gas. Incorporated. And that's in Richwood Valley
Chris, can you
Avenue.
give us an update on that? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, you should have a map and an agreement that was uploaded to your.
We do.
Okay, so they're trying to do some, gas line upgrades in the town of Richwood. And so they needed a laydown yard for their pipe. So I was worried about that since it was in the floodway, but I've contacted Marissa Nortz and she's contacted FEMA and they've approved that we are allowed to do that. So it is kosher with FEMA, for us to use that as a laydown. And I think they did put a date. The first contract I got did not have a date, but that one has a date. So,
May 12th.
yeah.
May 12th. Next week.
but they're looking.
The only thing I see a problem with is Richwood, if they have the graduation, that's their only parking real,
If you wanna try to call and,
Richwood graduation is what,
21st, yeah.
I know that you messaged me the other day.
It's gonna last 4 weeks, so it's gonna last in the middle of June.
I hate to pass up on the $3,000, so we use that money, but I don't wanna make it hard on their graduation. What do the rest of you think?
Now, where will the pipe be laid or stored?
Beside the red gym?
Beside the gym?
In the parking lot.
Yeah, they marked it on the map that I sent you.
I don't, where's the map?
It's a different one, let's hope
Yeah,
it
one
should
more.
be in the,
It's, let's see.
I don't think I have that.
it was in that email. You want me to try to bring that up for you so you can see it?
Sure.
But it's the parking lot of the red gym, correct?
Yes.
That's what you need to know.
Yeah, if there wasn't a map, Chris, all I had was the
On
contract.
the right-hand
Sorry, I
side?
thought
I
that's
mean,
the-
if you're facing the gym, that's over.
Probably.
Okay, well, why don't they put it up there and where all that pavement is, where they made us tear down the auditorium and all that stuff? There's plenty of space up there.
Still have graduation at the red gym, it's gonna be full.
Yeah.
We could allow them to park in the green zone there, the grass, where the school was.
Well, the only thing is, last year, or year before, it was pouring rain. You know, they'll have the graduation more than likely at the football field if it's free.
That's the map that they sent me. So, is that parking there or is that the grassy area?
That looks like it's on the
I think that's the grassy
other
area.
side.
I think that's the grassy area.
Yeah, it is on the other side. It's towards the, it is towards the auditorium. See where the road goes through?
Yeah, this,
Yeah.
yeah.
So just that area right there?
Oh, it's not in.
Yeah, the yellow area was their laydown yard.
I'd say go for it. I thought it was in the actual parking lot.
No, they said, and we had it cleared, they said they would take the soil off and reseed it and put it back, you know, they're going to take care of it.
I think most of that's gravel all out to the sidewalk now. I know the park all the way out to the sidewalk.
I misunderstood when we were talking about it, Chris. I thought you were on the other side of the gym.
Oh, that's the map they sent me.
Well, I'm good with it then.
1.45 acres.
So they may take up this whole area, but I don't know why they highlighted that red. If it's 1.45 acres, it probably is that parking area. That probably, I imagine it would be that. If you think that's an acre, I don't know.
It's not.
That's
That
what's
would be
in
an
this
acre.
contract.
Yeah, if you look at the contract.
That's
it
about
says
50 by 100 foot.
So, I mean, that's the map that they sent me.
Because you still have the wooden shed there also.
Yeah, it's 1.5 acres.
So that was my communication with them. Attached to their standard paper agreement.
That might be on the corner that's out with the over 10 foot. That'd be foundation.
That's probably the whole area.
Yeah, where the vocational
It's
school
1.5 acres, they have to be.
Because an acre is about the size of a football field.
208 by 208 feet. That acre's 208 feet by 208 feet.
What are you laughing at?
She just.
Because I was cheating.
She just said the football field.
That's what it is, roughly.
Yes.
But I don't see them putting it down by the river. That's trees there.
What's the big green box around it, Chris? Do you see the green line?
I think that's properties. Looks like the tax map.
But is that our whole area
I
then?
think that's our property. But I was assuming it was the yellow box that they, but I think they're asking for easement so they can drive on it, but that's where they're gonna be storing their pipe. Because if you look, it says easement to cross. I don't know. If you wanna, do you want me to try to call that fella? And let y'all talk to him?
I just hate to take up their parking when they have a major event and there's not much parking there to start with. And that red gym is packed out.
Well,
It's
I
about
just told-
150 degrees in there.
I just thought he might bring it to you, so that's it. I'm doing my due diligence, it's your decision.
You might just clarify whether that yellow area is the area you want to use or the whole,
Do you want me calling and you can ask him?
that,
Yeah.
that's definitely not an acre and whatever. Third, whatever.
Plus during homecoming now, they're planning to have all of the, people that display and sell things in the red gym instead of down at the armory. So there again, we need some parking.
They should be done by then.
I was looking for his number, sir.
It's up what, mid-June?
Are they replacing all the lines or just the broken areas?
4 weeks, that could be all of June, but yeah. it
Done
might
by
be-
August.
Yeah.
The city is doing, I assume. Oh.
Looking for his number. Is he on that contract anyway?
Did I give you a written, message? Because if I did, I may have a
Have
copy
they taken
of
down
it.
that building that
Let me
used to
go.
be used for,
Let me go check my
meals?
messages.
Is it gone now? I can't, okay. So that's, there's some space there, but,
Yeah, there's a lot of grassy spots there.
yeah, grassy. Can we table it till we get some more information?
Well,
Well, next board meeting will be too late.
yeah.
Oh,
But
Let's
move on.
let's come back to it. Let's go to action item E, discussion with possible action on approving the contract for SMS and Shepherd University. We'll fill it.
I didn't understand what that was. I know it involves the Honor Society and the Student Council, but I don't think it ever said what it really was. Is it a leadership conference, or does anybody know?
Christine is here.
It's their field trip. They're going to the city of Philadelphia, and they stay at Shepherd.
Oh, okay.
All of it, okay.
Yeah, so they stay at Shepherd and they provide, like their evening meals and they stay in the dorms. And then it's a 45-minute drive to DC and then I think they said an hour and a half or 2 hours to Philadelphia.
They've done that before, haven't
They did last year.
Okay.
Mhm.
I thought-
Yeah, they give us a really good rate to stay at Shepherd. Per student, it's cheaper than a hotel. And on campus, so.
Is that a recruiting tool for Shepherd? Is that what that is?
What's that?
Recruiting tool?
Hey,
Whatever
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. That's,
Now, let's vote on action items A, B, C, and E. And we'll skip D and come back to it after finance. So do we have a motion to approve A, B, C, and E?
Make it motion.
Okay, Mr. Berry makes a motion, seconded by? Second by Mr. Green. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion unanimous. Let's see, that was. Hey, Cody. Hey. Any way you can make it? Were you first or second?
I made the motion.
Mr. Reed was second. Okay, consent items, finance.
yeah, she wouldn't give,
She sent us that.
She
Sent
had
it early.
questions about it.
Right.
Yeah. She was sent the paper. I guess if there's any questions, she asked us to call her, did she?
She did.
Think so.
Yeah, I'd like an update on American Benefit. I see.
I did talk to her about that when you called me, and she was going to reach out and find out what was going on, but I know that they had gotten, there was concerns about the dentist not getting paid on time.
Yeah,
And
they had payments dated a year ago, and every time they call American Benefit, they would tell them, well, it's lying here. And they said, well, process it, and they, nothing happened. Well, we know.
So it wasn't us dropping the ball, it was
Yeah, it's the company.
Okay.
I didn't do a hand.
Well, I'll, make myself a note, and I'll have Kristen at the next board meeting give you an update on exactly where we are with it.
Okay.
American Dental?
Yeah.
American Benefit, the dental.
Yeah.
Where
Okay, that's,
are we?
May 19th.
So we went ahead and voted on action items A, B, C, and E. Mr. Berry made the motion, Mr. Green seconded, it was unanimous.
Berry, Green, and that's A, B, C, and E.
And we just skipped D for now.
Okay.
Did we find a phone number for him?
I emailed him asking to call me, so hopefully.
But-
positive for him.
And in the event that you learn something before the next meeting, will you have her contact me?
I will.
So my dentist will see me.
Is this the same company that the county's used for a long time?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we switched, when I was in Pocahontas County, we had to switch for this very reason. We switched to a different company,
Yeah.
and the dentists were typical.
Are you needing a form or?
No, they're just slow about
So
paying.
they're slow about getting the dentist paid. That's exactly what we were in into in Pocahontas County, exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I see we're making our payments, we just
Right.
send them.
I just want to make sure
Almost
that we weren't dropping the ball
$14,000.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, let's back up and hit D. Let's make a decision on what to do.
I just emailed him, and he may call me. Do you want to, can you put that off until after the expulsion hearing, since it's in the same meeting?
It's the same meeting, you can, yeah. If you want to.
And that will give him time to respond to the email?
Okay.
You might Google him.
I did, I couldn't find
Oh,
it.
okay.
Well, we'll finish up with payment of current invoices then. Anybody have any questions? Okay, out-of-state travel request, Richwood High School trip 402 to Kennywood. And that's county bus. And then trip 464, Mount Nebo Elementary to Dollywood, and that is one county bus.
Do we have small buses? They're 10 or 15, 20 people. And we have to send a full-size bus.
They do.
I think they got the same fuel mileage.
Yeah, they get about the same mileage. It's about the same mileage. And one thing about, if you're on one of these buses and there's 20 people and each one gets a seat,
Yeah.
It's not too bad. So it's quite a ride.
I know we used to have some vans and,
okay, do we have a motion to approve consent items, finance, and out-of-state travel request 1 and 2?
There was a picture of that copying machine. What kind of copying machine was that?
No,
And,
no, that's what she sent us in the email.
yes. But I think it was some kind of copying machine or something. But that's, I've never seen anything
It's an interactive projector.
like it. Oh, interactive, yeah. Well, we'll worry about it right now, just.
Well,
Yeah.
Kristen sent that in that email.
Because of the name of the projector.
Yeah, it's called a Beam Mobile. It's not a scooter for Mr. Beam.
No,
It's,
it's not. It is not.
he's not there yet.
Close.
Well, I think,
I was curious about that too.
yeah.
It looks like a robot or
It's
something.
it's a mobile projector. Okay, if there's no other discussion, do we have a motion to approve finance, payment of current invoices, and out-of-state travel request 1 and 2?
So moved.
Mr. Moose makes a motion, seconded by
Second.
by Mr. Berry. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion unanimous. Personnel.
Yes, we don't have any changes to personnel. I would like to say that the rescinding personnel that we did board action on earlier, the need no longer exists. That was a kindergarten EPAT at Mount Lookout, and they went above the 11. They're at 13 now, and they actually have 2 more that is anticipating enrolling. And I believe we mentioned earlier about the embedded grants, that they are a line item in the budget, and that was approved. And we were holding off a little bit because there were some modifications, but the modifications was not to the embedded ELA and math, it was to another part of the funding. So we are very comfortable that we will have that funding for next school year for
When
those
you talk about,
grants.
when you talk about the budget, you're talking about the state budget.
The state budget, I'm sorry, yes, the state budget. These CTE positions are a line item in the state budget, and until the governor signs that budget, he can strike any line item out of the budget, and so we had to wait for the budget to be signed to make sure that these grants would be funded. And they were for next year, and these are year-to-year grants.
And if we hadn't have, if we didn't do it during personnel season, then we would just stuck foot in the bill.
Yes, that is correct.
Probably the same place this time next year, the same positions.
Well, the only good thing about next year is the legislative session will be earlier. This year it was late because of the new governor. So next year it will be 30 days earlier, so we would know something before personnel season, perhaps. And then we did have, this is the last year of the implementation of the House Bill 3035, which put ECATs in first, second, and now this year, third grade. So this is the last year that we should have a huge influx of ECATs at any grade level. From now on out, we'll just have to watch the numbers and make sure that we are staying in the numbers. And it'll be kind of like kindergarten. If we're really, on the fence with the number of students in a class, we may have to do some personnel action so we're not carrying excess when we don't need to be. We will have, I will have some jobs that go up tomorrow because there will be some more ECATs where they've moved around in other schools and are now moved to some of these jobs, so that created an opening. So we should have, I think we have 5 more positions to be posted that will go up tomorrow. And I anticipate at the most having 1 ECAT or 1 aide that may not have a position and 1 cook out of all the personnel action that we did.
Because we had some openings.
Because we had some openings and we had some people that retired, yes. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Well, I just want to, one of the items on the agenda is Ms. Weitzel's retiring at the end of this year. And I just want to thank her for the 2 years that she has worked in this position to help us try to get our budget and our personnel back in line with where it needed to be. It's a thankless job, it's a hard job, and she's had to have those tough discussions with people, and it's not easy to do. It's not a very popular position sometimes. I've been there and done that, and she's done it with a lot of professionalism and grace, and I appreciate her very much.
Well, not only that, she was doing transportation for.
She was still doing transportation this morning, even with Mark here. She had bus drivers in there talking to him about our transfers, so. Yeah, she's done a lot.
Well, if there's no other discussion, do we have a motion to accept the personnel agenda as presented?
Make a motion.
Mr. Green makes a motion, seconded by?
Second.
Mr. Moose seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you. Reports, SESC.
There's not been a meeting recently.
Okay. Bright Horizons, Mr. Green?
We did not have a meeting last month either.
Okay. Items for future agendas, matters of the board. Kim, I'm assuming that West Virginia School Board will let us know when Mr. Stats is, so just be watching for that, because I think he was scheduled either tomorrow or next day to do his,
Okay.
his.
Yeah, Shirley will let me know. I sent her his information and she said she'd let me know when he was done.
Okay, so, other than that, anybody else have anything for future agendas or matters of the board?
I saw that they sent you all an email about the board evaluation,
Yes,
so that's probably something that has to be done. I'm not sure when the deadline is at.
July 31st.
Okay. So that's something,
Something we
be
can
a
put
future agenda. Put it off as long as you can.
off.
Should I list that on our next agenda, or just wait and see if we hear from Shirley?
I would wait, but we'll have to be prepared. Mr. Stats asked me, would we swear him in, and I said yes, so we'll maybe tentatively ask Mr. Callahan if he'd come and do that, or if he's not available, Mr. Tucker, either one of them. Okay, if no one has anything, future meeting dates, and these times may change if their student hearings are added. Regular meeting Monday, May 19th, 5 o'clock here at the board office. Regular meeting Monday, June 2nd, here at the board office at 5 o'clock. And regular meeting Monday, June 16th, 5 o'clock here at the board office. And everybody has been given that updated upcoming events.
Yeah. What time are the graduates? 7 o'clock?
Yeah, I think it's both of them 7.
I think they're supposed to hear before we try and act on that.
Is Necklace County NCHS, is it at the Armory?
I think so.
Email you about that.
I think we approved that.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's at the Army.
Uh,
Hey, Chris, could you call him with the email?
No,
Well, what do y'all think? We need to make a decision on that.
I'd say, let's do it.
Roll with that.
Work around
Yeah,
Work around it?
work
it. What do you
around.
think, Lloyd? Work around it?
Well, yeah. I
I've
mean,
got a 50-50 chance.
Chris, you're kind of in contact with him on that? I mean, we'll go, I'm assuming we'll maybe go ahead and approve this, but if you could,
Yeah, I was trying to ask him to give us as much space as possible for that day, if they
Yeah.
could not park their equipment there or something.
So he knows we have graduation coming up that week.
Yeah. I'll let him know if you approve it and do that.
they'll probably cooperate.
Yeah, they're pretty rare in the start. They've been trying to get us to do this for quite some time.
okay, so do we have a motion to, back on action item D? We have a motion to approve action item D.
I'll make it.
Mr. Berry makes a motion to approve action item D. Do we have a second? Second by Mr. Green. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion unanimous. At this time, we need a motion to go into executive session for student disciplinary hearing.
I make it.
Mr. Moose makes a motion, second by Mr. Berry. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? 5:55.